Hey Grant, what's the best progressive overload method to use to increase strength? Question sent through from Katie in my private Facebook group, Girls Who Lift with Grant. If you'd like to join that group, by the way, it is free. We can have more conversations just like this. Search in Facebook groups, Girls Who Lift with Grant. Request to join. There's many ways to apply progressive overload. I like the simple stuff. And it's probably something you've heard. I'm not revealing anything new here, and that's simply just try to add more weight to the bar, either each week, each fortnight, or each month. Okay. Now, there's nothing exciting and new about that. It's worked. It's tried, it's tested, it's proven to work. But here's where most girls go wrong with that advice. Most girls start their new program, phase 1, day 1, week 1, too heavy. And because it's too heavy in the beginning, let's just say back squatting 5x5, your max 1RM for your max 1RM for your squat is 100 kilos, and your goal is to get to 105. Girls start too heavy. They start with, say, like 80 kilos on the bar. It's way too close to their 1RM. And then what happens is, their very first squat session, they might be able to do 5x5 with 80 kilos. But then when they come back next week and they add a little bit more weight to the bar, let's say they add 85 kilos to the bar, or even 82 and a half, right? So they add 2.5 kilos to the bar, it makes it 82.5. They might get through that session. And then in week 3, they add 85 kilos. So they add 5 kilos, makes it 85 kilo total. They might get through that. And then week 4, they're at 87.5 kilos and they fail. They don't get all their 5x5. They've only had really 3 weeks worth of momentum building. And that's why they're not getting stronger, because they're only getting about 3 weeks worth, and then they fail in week 4 or week 3 or week 5, whatever. And they have to go back to the start and try and repeat that vicious cycle. And they're like, why aren't I getting stronger? It's because they're starting in the beginning of their program way too heavy, and they don't give themselves enough time to build momentum and to treat the squat like it is a skill, not an exercise. There's a difference. When it comes to strength training, it is a skill. It is a skill. To help you understand, if you were trying to improve your tennis serve, would you treat it like you're going to walk onto the court, you're going to serve for however long, and then as soon as that serve starts to turn to shit, as soon as the pace of the serve starts to slow down, as soon as you start hitting the net frequently, as soon as you can't hit the ball in the spot you want to hit it to, you call it quits. That's the smart way to improve your tennis serve. So then next week you can come back and you can do it again. How most girls, in terms of like converting their squat into like a tennis serve session, is they come in on week 1 of their tennis serve session and they just serve as hard as they can, as often as they can. And then towards the end of their serving hour session, their arm is dead, but they've still got to serve because they got to make it hard, because it's a hard, heavy serving day. And they start hitting the net. They're not hitting the ball in the same spot. The pace of the ball is slowing down. Their serve speed is slowing down. But again, they're associating heavy. Come back to the squat. They're associating heavy as it has to be heavy. It has to be grinding reps. No. Treat your squat like it is a skill. You want to be precise, efficient, smooth, and build momentum each week. The only way you can do that is if you start week 1 of your program light. Start at like 60 or 65% of what you can actually do. And then what will happen is each week you'll be able to add either 2.5 or 5 kilos to the bar and actually do it and complete it. And then you start teaching your brain that you have to complete these 5 sets of 5, just like this. But if you start in week 1 with 80 or 85 kilos on the bar, then you're teaching your body, you're teaching your brain to, okay, this is what the squat session should be like, and it should be shit, and you're going to miss reps, and the bar path is terrible, and the speed is terrible. Nah, don't do that. So from now on, when you start your phase 1 of your program, of your squat program, deadlift program, whatever, treat it like it's a skill. Start light, 65% of what you can actually do. Build momentum each week. You shouldn't plateau for a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. The longer you can go without plateauing, the better. Okay, the better. So if you can go like 3 months, 4 months, great, you're doing well. All right. Start light, and then eventually at some point, hopefully around the between the 8 and 16 week mark, where you do start to plateau, then you can go back to the start, and hopefully your 65% that you started with in the beginning was 65 kilos, but now the 65% is actually now like 70 kilos. So your whole percentage of your strength has moved up a little bit. And that's how the strength training game works. Okay, so start light, don't start too heavy, build momentum, and treat strength, whatever exercise that may be, but treat strength like it is a skill. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.